men's game. Charlie?
Thanks very much, Chris. And we'll be right back.
The Little League star who made it into the macho major leagues. But Billy Beane was keeping a secret from his teammates and himself. He talks about it for the first time on television with Diane Sawyer when 2020 continues.
Can't catch me! The rush is on to go see the movie Stuart Little, only in theaters. And to get to Radio Shack. For cool toys that can really play. Barbie RC car, Rugrats Coin Bank, Singin' Jam, Talking Elmo phone, fun educational toys. And Radio Shack's the only place you'll find the Stuart Little Roadster. Online or in the store, get in, get out, get what you want at Radio Shack.
Your New Year's kiss. Save up to $12 now on select Polaroid cameras and film. Here we go. Save now before December 31st. Here we go.
Shake it up, baby.
Who would you like to call?
Frank? Come on, baby. Come on and rock it on now.
The Samsung digital wireless phone featuring internet access and voice-activated dialing. Flip the phone, shout the name, and Samsung dials the number. Samsung Digital. Everyone's invited.
This holiday, give the gift they'll break the second it's out of the box.
A Tobler chocolate orange. The smooth chocolate with a touch of orange flavor. You whack and unwrap. Tobler chocolate orange. Smashing good taste.
This Saturday, there's actually a sale worth getting up for. The J.C. Penney One Huge Sale. Shop from 7 a.m. to noon and save an extra 10% on select sale items. You'll be finished so early, he'll never suspect a thing. J.C. Penney.
Saturday, the most unforgettable holiday movie.
Congratulations, you found the beat.
Richard Dreyfuss in Mr. Holland's Opus. Saturday, 8/7 Central on the ABC Big Picture Show. ABC Sunday on an all-new Practice. You've never seen Bobby like this.
Hey. Want a piece of me, Eddie? You haven't got your knife, though. I wouldn't need my knife. I could pay you to play dead.
You've never seen a courtroom like this.
You're a joke. It is an outrage to let this trial continue.
You've never seen a practice like this. All new. ABC Sunday, 10/9 Central.
As far as we can remember, in the entire history of Major League Baseball, no one has ever done what former Major Leaguer Billy Beane is about to do tonight. After all, baseball is still one of those bastions of old-fashioned America, where a player can pay a rough price for breaking with tradition. That's why the man you're about to meet tonight is, in a sense, making history by coming forward. As we said, his name is Billy Beane, and this is his story.
Line drive into center field. That's a base hit.
I loved being a baseball player more than anything. And I'll always be very proud of the fact that I got there.
Tiger Stadium, April 1987. A rookie just out of college is living the first day of his lifelong dream. Billy Beane steps up to the plate.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. He lines it to right field.
And then, lo and behold, I get 4 hits in my first game, entire Major League record, and
it is not in time.
I'm the next best thing that ever hit Detroit.
Beane goes back, makes a fine catch.
Over the next 9 years, he would play the field, and he'd pinch hit for the Detroit Tigers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the San Diego Padres. And if he was not the fastest or the strongest on the team, no one played pro ball with a bigger heart. Or it turns out, a bigger secret. How afraid were you every day someone would learn your secret?
I can only imagine what it feels like to be a fugitive. I felt like it was tattooed on my forehead and everyone's going to be able to see or understand or know or, you know. So I had to put up this strong demeanor and, you know, there's no way. No one's going to interfere with my career.
He makes the play.
The career of a baseball player who is gay. The kid from a conservative religious family says in the early days on the team, he was too afraid of what he was feeling even to admit its name. How did you not know?
You find a way to hide it or rationalize
From yourself, though.
Right. I never had an experience with anybody until I was a grown man. I mean, 28 years old.
But you're saying, and it's a kind of amazing innocence in a way, but you're saying you didn't really think about what gay was or gay people or know
I didn't have a
them,
reference, Diane. I didn't. Like I said, I never was around it. You may feel like something in your body. You don't know, and for me, that was the wrong path to go down.
But it sounds like hell. To be trapped between something you love that, in your mind at least, will not tolerate the thing that you are.
Right, right. And for me, wanting to be a baseball player and not wanting to be gay, I used to sit at home at night and I think, why am I even going to begin to sacrifice everything I've worked for to get here?
If you asked a fan individually, they would never, ever denigrate Billy Beane being a gay ball player. But as a group, 30,000 people can be pretty abusive.
Brad Osmus, star catcher of the Detroit Tigers. In the early days, he was Beane's roommate. He had no idea of Billy Beane's secret, but says his teammate is right about how tough it would be to be openly gay.
For him to be openly gay and play baseball would be a tough situation. Just the machismo surrounded by sport, and professional sports in particular. Some male athletes are bothered by female reporters in the locker room, so if that bothers them, I would imagine having a gay teammate would bother them.
You were the teammate everybody loved. You were the one in there cheering for everybody else. What did you think would happen?
I didn't really want to know what would happen, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, there's been a number of female athletes who have come out and said they're gay, even while they're playing that sport. It doesn't happen in men's sports, because in men's sports, men are supposed to be, you know, big, tough, strong, virile guys.
Whether I'm the best player in the league, no dad wants his kid to grow up and be like me. You know, it's just the truth. And it still is the truth.
To see your son run out onto the field in a major league stadium, I mean, the impact, you know, I just sat there and you just went, wow.
Billy Beane's stepdad, Ed Kovac, a police detective and ex-Marine who married Billy's mom, Linda, when Billy was young. His parents say they had a perfect son, valedictorian of his high school class, college All-American, star athlete.
There just were so many happy moments, so much joy in his accomplishments.
But underneath, he said, he felt different, and it only made him try harder to fit in.
It was almost like I needed to prove to everybody that I was just a normal kid, you know, or I was okay, and I wasn't bad.
And you had girlfriends and you were not prudish?
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, probably the opposite.
I'm going to do it with every girl.
Exactly.
When he was 25, he even got married with some of his major league pals by his side. But he says over time, his sense of isolation and unhappiness deepened. Then, a couple of years later, his biological father died at the age of 45.
I remember the day that I decided that I was going to go see if I was gay. And that was at my father's funeral. Looking at him and thinking, if I have 18 years left, I got to figure out why I am not happy. And I made a promise to myself. I didn't know how to do it, though. You know, it's not like there's a book that tells you, go here, talk to this person, call them, and make a date, you know? I mean, I had to find a space where I was alone in another town and had a few drinks to have a little courage. And the first time that I did it, I knew. I mean, that's when the whole world comes crashing down on me.
It takes a lot of creative lying.
A lot of lying. And that's where it starts to eat at you.
So you'd go out in the town with the guys, looking for
Oh, yeah.
girls?
Yeah, and then I'd come home, and then I'd go out alone. And that's the only way I could find a way to do it.
And he didn't let his face give anything away at the standard locker room jokes about gays.
If you spend time in a locker room with 25 guys, it can get pretty rough. You know, guys in the locker room will say things or do things as a way to get a laugh from their teammates.
Are there other gay players you know about?
I don't know, and I say that with all honesty, and I never even wanted, I didn't think I would have wanted to know.
He says his lying only got worse when he met Sam, an educated aristocrat from Iran who knew nothing about baseball, but everything about life.
After the first day I spent with him, I decided I was going to leave my wife. He lived in my home in Del Mar, California, for about 2.5 years, and we lived a completely secretive life. Many times my buddies on the team, they would just come over to my home, and my friend would go out the back door and sit in his car. I mean, I felt so low.
At the games, Sam would sit way up in the bleachers, far away from the players' families. But just knowing he was there, Billy Beane says, empowered his game.
Deep drive, right center field. Billy Beane, grand slam.
I truly was really, really happy. I really was.
Then one day, Beane came home from a game and found Sam doubled over with a 106-degree temperature. It was a ruptured pancreas. He died at the hospital the following morning.
I watched him die right in front of me. We had a 1 o'clock game that day, and I got in my car and I went home, and that's the last time I ever saw him. Of course, I had to play that day, you know, of all days that I don't ever play, you know, and they put me in there, and I didn't even go to his funeral. And I lived with him for almost 3 years, and I never will forgive myself for that, because I feel like I let him down, you know, and I know he would have gone for me, and I made a promise to myself sometime, you know, shortly thereafter, that I would never do that again.
Within months, Billy Beane decided to leave baseball after playing for almost a decade. As far as his teammates knew, he simply vanished.
I regret the fact that I felt like